Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Wrestling channel. I am your host, Seth. Today I'm giving you guys my top 5 NXT PLEs from 2025. So let's hop right into the video. Play the intro. At number 5, we have Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver was a good show right before WrestleMania weekend, but it wasn't the most impressive to me out of the whole year. We had some great matches, like the main event triple threat was amazing, that NXT Women's North American title ladder match, and the Women's Fatal 4-Way was also good, and we had crazy other matches like Ricky Saints and Ethan Page going at it, and Hank and Tank finally capturing the NXT Tag Team titles. Plus, we saw the heel turn of Stax over Tony D. But, looking at some stuff, that didn't evolve into anything. Nothing, too crazy. This kind of felt like a classic PLE. It didn't feel like a big, WrestleMania weekend one. It kind of felt like any other PLE you would find throughout the year. Nothing crazy stood out to me here. It's a very good show, and that is why I'm putting it at number 5, because I thought the matches were great. It still kept the attention going, and it was still a good show. It just didn't catch as much attention, didn't mean as much to me as I think some shows on this list. At number 4, we have NXT No Mercy. No Mercy was another really good show here. We had some incredible matches like Chasey Jane versus Lola Vice for the NXT Women's title, which was a crazy back and forth match. We also had crazy moments like Ricky Saints shockingly beating Obafemi to win the NXT Championship. And we had other crazy matches like Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe for in a steel cage match and a weaponized cage match. This show was crazy with so many good rivalries appearing on the show and crazy matches here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I think it was a good show made up of some great wrestling matches that they really executed well there, putting on great matches and keeping everyone entertained. The show not being too long didn't drag out the show. It made it great matches and not too long to glue everyone to the screen. This show is probably a little better than me than to Stand and Deliver. I just think I kept more better matches out of the show than Stand and Deliver, so I'm putting this show at number 4. At number 3, we have NXT Heatwave. Listen, before I say anything, some people might have mixed opinions about this, but I also have a little bias because I was actually there and really enjoyed the show. But the show was also incredibly good, especially when we look at the main event between Obafemi and Javon Evans. Mwah, chef's kiss, what an amazing match, some crazy moments there. It was an awesome match. We also had Ash by Elegance recapturing the TNA Knockouts World title, bringing it back to TNA. We had Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace kicking off their rivalry as Blake Monroe defeated Jordan Grace here. And we had plenty other awesome, crazy matches, and it set up a rivalry for that back half of 2025 between Obafemi and Ricky Saints there. So there was so much going on the show and so many awesome things happening. And all the matches were great, and like I said, I was there, so it also was a little biased. But I think it set up a lot of good stuff. It had some great matches. It really is a show that stood out, and I think it really enjoyed people a lot. So I think Heatwave definitely deserves to be in number 3. At number 2, we have NXT Deadline. Deadline is another one of those shows that was really solid this past year. And of course, it's a match that everyone loves in the Iron Survivor Challenge. The women's and men's match were super fast-paced and awesome, and John Cena picking the participants made it fresh and kind of some new opportunities for new guys. And it was crazy good and set up some great matches for later on that we're going to see in 2026. And I mean, they were both crazy matches. We also saw Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley have their big match in their storyline against each other. Ricky Saints and Oba clashed one more time, and Oba was able to get the win there. And of course, after the men's Iron Survivor, we saw the return of Tony D'Angelo, who has been missing for months. I mean, this was an action-packed show, full of amazing matches, crazy returns, crazy moments. It had everything you needed to in there. It was an awesome show, in my opinion. And it was just super fun to watch. It kept you entertained the whole time. And it was definitely a show that I think, this is one of the shows that really starts to kind of elevate a lot in 2025. So Deadline definitely deserves to be number 2. And number 1, NXT Battleground. Listen, Battleground was such a good show. A lot of people might think Deadline and Battleground might can alternate, but I think it was such a good show. I think it was their biggest venue probably from the whole year, besides Stand and Deliver, of course. But on at least the regular PLE, it was a crazy venue. Where that crazy Saturday Night's main event and Raw were held that weekend in Tampa. With I think it was like a 9,000 to 10,000 person arena, so it was a crazy jam-packed arena, and Battleground definitely deserved it. It was a crazy good show, and it kind of gave some new opportunities, like seeing guys like Miles Bourne get a shot at Obafemi in the NXT Championship. It was really cool to kind of see Miles get a new shot. Stephanie Vaquer and Jordan had a great match. Jordan Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. Tony D'Angelo and Stax had a match in their feud, which ended with the Luca Crucifino thing and him finally returning. And the main event, Joe Hendry and Trick Williams battling it out, with Trick Williams capturing the TNA World title, which was a shock at the time, and set up the next couple months for NXT and TNA and then facing off. And just none of that would have happened without here. It was a crazy shock at the time. This show just had a bunch of great matches, everything you wanted in those crazy moments we needed. A big crowd, a hot crowd, kept you entertained the whole time, had some great matches, had some great moments. That's what you want to see out of a good PLE. That's what a number one PLE should look like, and that executed perfectly here, so it definitely was the number one NXT PLE of 2025. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and turn on that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. I post every Monday and Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.